Hi, I'm Bob with Wolfe Ridge. Today I'm in the back 40 wood yard and we're going to do some experimenting with the Fuelwood Kindlet 200 that he has here. A friend of ours has brought a ton of different wood cutoffs and we're going to see how these stack up literally in the Fuelwood Kindlet. So right here we have some 2x6 and we're going to stack these probably 3 high in there. Here we've got some 2x4. Okay, this is some oak, and then here's some skinnier, what, deck boards?
Half-inch deck boards.
Half-inch deck boards. We got a whole bunch of other stuff in the truck here. So we've had some people asking us what would happen, since this is waste wood. This is wood that is basically scrap from other manufacturing processes. And we've had a few people inquire and ask us what would happen when we run this type of thing in the Fuelwood Kindlet. So we're gonna do that right now. It is, I think, like 2 degrees above zero. So we're gonna try and get this done in a timely fashion. The tractor is warming up. Dan is putting hours on his tractor right now, just idling, and we've got the Kindlet warming up here. We've got it just dry cycling here with nothing in it, and we'll be ready to try some of this stuff out in a minute here. Dan is a very good host. He's a very good host. He got the fire going for us. And it's not even smoking because he's not using, he's using some good seasoned firewood in there.
Back 40 firewood.
Back 40 firewood, yes. Not the competition. Okay, we're gonna start with doing some pine, and I think we'll try to do the bigger blocks first. So what are these? Those are the 2x6s?
2x6s.
I think we'll start with stacking 2x6s in here. And you know, full disclosure here, this is not what the machine was designed to do. You can put big blocks of wood in here and that works well, but we know going into this that we might have an issue with these wanting to spin and flip apart in here. So we're really just going to experiment today and see how the machine handles it. But I can foresee that some of this stuff is going to want to flip sideways, and it may make a mess here in the splitting chamber. But we're going to start with that pine 2x6 and we will see what we got. We're going to leave the split setting on Dan's machine alone. So, you know, he has a target of maybe split sizes that are, what are the split sizes, like 2 by
inch and a half,
inch and a half by inch and a half, maybe up to 2 inch in some spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of 3 high 2x6s. This is just regular pine, and Dan just throttled the tractor up, so yeah, I'll let you do the honors.
Are you a meat film?
Yeah, that's working quite well. Look at that. Let's take a look under here now.
I knew this was going to happen. So when you don't have anything on the back,
okay, there's no
back pressure.
Yeah.
It's going to end up rolling out.
Okay, so you almost need to have some sort of, well, something at the back end to keep pressure on it. When you're in production mode, I suppose, and going like the whole day, it doesn't really matter because you're keeping that infeed full. Yeah. But when you're at the end of it, okay, that makes sense. But look at this stuff, dude. Here, grab a few pieces of that. Let me see. Look what we got out of that, you guys. In like 2 minutes of runtime. That's probably too small to be mini wood, though, huh? Or what do you think?
Well, so what happens is the dimension of the log or the piece of wood, you're going to get this piece because where the X-knife hits it is a different, it's different than this.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So you're going to get more smaller pieces when you stack like that.
Yeah, instead of having one big piece.
Yeah, okay.
But, I mean, if you wanted a mix, you got a lot of nice wood and some kindling.
And look how clean it is too. I mean, obviously we started with a clean board with no bark, but there's no dirt, there's
nothing.
There's nothing really left behind.
This could go right in the bag.
Yeah, nice.
So like you're gonna end up with a piece like that, and that's where you end up with the small piece coming off the top.
Right. Okay, yeah,
that's why you get the variation of sizes.
Yeah, that makes sense. As you put the small, so if this was, like if we were starting with a 6x6, then we would have got a lot nicer pieces. Okay, but still, I'm impressed with how that all went through there. You got a couple of big pieces at the end, like you said, they were flipping around like that one.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so there's a good example.
Yeah.
There's where the X knife goes up and then the next one comes down and it cuts this piece off.
Yep, makes sense. Here's our very scientific measurement. About half a clothes basket in a minute's time on the Kindlet. Not bad. Dan, next. I think this is going to be a disaster, but let's see. Because it's not even going to lay flat in there because it's got that curve to it, you know. But let's.
It's just going to make smaller. It's going to be smaller coming out.
Well, even if it flips it around and busts it apart, it'll still make kindling.
Right.
All right. Let's see. We'll stack this up. How high? How high should we stack it? And I'm going to go closer so you don't have to wait as long to get there. I am 5 high. Does that work? We're going to find out soon enough. Yeah. Is that the same? Okay, this is a little bit thicker. No. About the same thickness.
That's a 1x6 finish.
Okay, all right. Let's save the 1x6. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll put the 1x6 at the back end of this. We'll see when we get transferred into that. So we're gonna go 5 high on the 1x6, right? How many more 1x6 you got? Or should we just do 4 high? Let's see what it does. So we're not gonna try to split that. We're just gonna try to use that as a kind of keep pressure against it. Think we're ready? All right. All right, guys, we're gonna see what this does this time. Get the camera in here for you. Now with the smaller splits, you can see we have a tendency to kind of want to flip around like that, but also this is making a lot of good stuff. This is kindling, I would say, and we kept his cycle the same. So basically, the infeed belt is moving the same as it would be for his mini wood. Back here, this would be what we got with those 1x6s, and that's pretty good looking stuff, honestly. And then the smaller stuff here is kindling, but really, we started to hit, did we start to hit that wood? Yeah, okay. We started to hit that wood block as a backer, and now you can see, like, this is the end of those 1x6s. We didn't want to start to split into this, so that's why we stopped there. But, if you take a look, that's what we're getting out of these 1x6s. And the first bit was those smaller boards. I'll show you what we got out of there. Really, the performance of it still was very good, I think. Some stuff went sideways towards the end, but it really, the pieces of wood, they kept their length. They didn't fold in half and get sheared in half. Now keep in mind, this is still pine that we're running. We're gonna switch over to oak here in a couple minutes. Look at that. And that was, what? That was about another minute of running the machine. Now we got to put a new clothes basket out. Now we are going to move on to oak. This is some reclaimed oak, all cut to 6 inch, 5 3/4.
Want to go 3 high again?
Yeah, we'll do 3 high again.
We do 4.
We could try 4. Let's try 4, see what happens. Yeah, this is oak, 6-inch cut length by 3.5 this way. And yeah, we'll stack some of these up and see what we got. Now the kindlet's starting to get warmed up. I am not. Dan, are you warm yet?
I don't think so. I don't know, I can't feel my fingers.
All right, so we need a sponsor for a heated shop back here. Then the kindlet can sit right inside. We can just run the hoses out the building. Start her up. All right. Some good looking stuff too. Dan, this is some nice looking stuff, hey. I saw that some of it wanted to twist and turn a little bit this time. Yeah, look at, there we hit a knot. And it'll, you know, the kindlet will split the knot, but also it kind of wants to make a disaster mess of it as well. So if you can try to put in straight grain stuff that doesn't have the knots in it, once in a while you'll get one in the center and you won't know though. But look at this. Look at this. This is, oh yeah, that too. Yeah, but it still split it.
Yep.
Yeah, but sometimes it'll want to flip it around and then mash it up. Kind of like this one I saw in the beginning. So, sweet. Okay, Dan, the oak waterfall. Another half basket. Okay, so these are 4/4 cutoffs from sawmill. And what are they? They're about even, huh? Yeah, they're basically square. So what we got to do when we put these into the kindlet, we're going to make sure we go with the grain. So basically, this is going to go in this way. We do not want to put it in this way. I mean, we could, but it's probably going to make a huge mess then. So follow the grain. We'll stack these. What do you think? Stack them 3 high again?
I think so.
And this is ash, so I think this is going to split really nice. Look at this stuff. All right, this stuff, some of this is coming home with me for my tabletop fire pit. Look at that. Dan, what do you think?
Beautiful.
That's some good look. You hear it? It already sounds like it's pretty dry too. What was that? You smelled it?
Yeah.
How does it smell?
Like money.
Yeah, here you can see we got some of the knot. When we hit that knot, that just kind of, it'll still split it, but like I said, it'll blow it apart kind of, and then you get a little bit of extra junk in there with it.
But that thing will cut through hardwood knots.
Yeah. So these are cutoffs, mixed hardwood. There's some maple, some cherry, some oak in here. So we're going to stack these up.
Long, 5.5 wide.
And then again, we got to follow the grain, right? This way? Yep. All right. So we'll stack those up. These ones are cut really thin. So this is going to make us really small split kindling. Not as useful for the mini firewood aspect of things. But I think these are going to have a tendency to want to flip around more. Maybe not. And we're still going to use our backer block there to keep the pressure against these. This made some very nice kindling. Look at that stuff. That's awesome fire starter. Ah, look at that piece. That one avoided its fate. But
the survivor, survivor.
That's getting towards the end, right? That's when that happened. Okay. So, but otherwise, look at this stuff. Yeah, that is nice kindling. Dan is going to slide a bag over the top here. Everything's already kind of twisted sideways, so I don't know how well it's going to load into that bag, but.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Look at that. Not bad.
One bag exactly.
All right, guys, next we are trying ash 4x4s. Check these out. And we're not gonna stack these. We're just gonna lay them in here flat. These are heavy, and that's hardwood. So let's see what it does. Okay, this stuff is like perfect. Come on, Dan, what do you think?
Beautiful.
That is.
So now you can see the difference from the 1x.
Yeah, look at how much nicer an end product we get when we go from that 1x to like this 4x4.
Now you only have one little sliver on the top.
Yeah.
And you get like that.
Yeah, that's good looking stuff.
The waterfall.
Another half a clothes basket. It's our very scientific unit of measurement here. Look at that stuff, man. That's good looking. Guys, look, the deer are not computer generated in Dan's videos. These ones are 3.5 by 6. So we're gonna see how these ones do in here. How many putting in?
We'll do 4.
4 of them? Okay. Okay, we got a jam. So hang on a second. Let's show what happened here. What piece flip around, and so now Dan's gonna have to. There's an override lever here. He'll force that back. That made the wedge go home, and I don't know. Just try to lay it back down in there, huh? Oh man, we got some nice stuff again, but look at this. Here's where she was making some extra noise. And when, yeah, grunting and, but split it up. Oh yeah, that's nice looking stuff again. Dan says this is the best, so we saved the best for last. These are 6x6 cutoffs, and that's gonna take up a lot of space in the chamber here. That's gonna mean bigger size, more consistent, bigger size splits for us. So let's see what we get running these ones. What?
Check it out. I put two in standing upright, and it really doesn't matter.
Okay, so those at the end were the 3.5 by 6.
Yeah.
So he stacked up two 3.5 by 6 at the end of this. Yeah, here's the end. Well,
So instead of like this, they were this way.
Yeah.
But
And then you laid the other ones down here. So.
it's splitting just the same.
Well, like if we stopped and took this out right now, look how big that piece would be.
Yeah. But it's not affecting.
It's not flipping it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're about to hit the ground over here, so. All right, what do you think of this one, Dan?
Well, you can see you get a lot more yield out the end.
A lot more production per cycle.
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So you've got, your tray now is full.
Yeah, right. Right, yeah. Well, you kind of pushed it out that way too, so it filled up in there, but yeah. Well, Dan, what do you think? I think we saved the best for last.
Yes, definitely. Very nice. Very clean, consistent.
Yeah.
And just great looking.
Yeah. Now this stuff's still gonna have to go through your kiln dry process and all that stuff, but man, it was kind of fun trying all those different sizes. So I want to say thank you to you for letting me come over here on this nice 2-degree day.
Yeah, I'm glad you picked this morning. It was so nice. And,
yeah, right. Well, our steam will keep us warm. Now the machine's finally warmed up and we're done for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Now we got to thank a mutual friend that brought us a bunch of these samples to try today. This is a big deal. It's pretty cool. He had all kinds of cutoffs from some projects that he works on, so it was a nice way to try and see what kind of output we could get by putting in a bunch of random stuff, because this machine was designed to do rounds from trees, you know.
Right.
But
and just the difference in what was going in and then what was coming out. Everything coming out was exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, right.
But it's just, you know, in this last run, you can see how much more comes out when you put more in.
Right. And I liked that.
Obviously.
We kept the cycle the same the whole time too.
Yep.
So when we put those like 1-bys in, we were getting a lot of pieces like this, which that's your kindling then.
Yep.
Right? So it's kind of cool to be able to put that in and do kindling without having to adjust the machine. And then you can put your big blocks in and get your nice mini firewood again too. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thanks again, Dan.
All right.
We'll keep in touch.
Thank you.
Guys, if you'd like more information on any of the Wolfe Ridge products, including the Fuelwood Kindlets, please check out our website, www.wolferidgemfg.com. There you can find all of our pricing, tech specs, photos, videos, events, dealer locator, and much more. I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you for the support. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next at Wolfe Ridge.